This channel supports Extra Life in its efforts to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. For more information about how to donate and join in their efforts, go to the link displayed here. Extra Life. Play games, heal kids. What up, everybody? This is your boy Black Magus, back with another commentary about life. Sorry for the delay in videos, but kind of been caught up with a lot of stuff at work and just have been chilling, but content is rolling on for the channel. Hope you enjoyed the previous videos. Probably going to do another run of videos to throw up, so expect a lot more content over the week. It's been a few days only, so that's good. I'm starting to get shorter and shorter in my breaks of content, so that's always a good thing. Anyway, so we're going to talk about friendship and love, something that is a very interesting situation to have when you fall in love with someone that you consider a friend. Now, me being your stereotypical nice guy, I tend to fall into that kind of mode a lot because, I don't know, maybe it's just a stereotype that actually does kind of adhere to the quote-unquote nice guys. But you know, nice guys, I guess you could say, tend to fall in love with women that they're friends with, and it can be a very, very hard thing to deal with, because if you're close, it's just something that's so dangerous and so arresting that you find yourself in a weird position. I've been there a couple of times, and it sucks. It really does suck, because especially if you're that quote-unquote stereotypical nice guy, you're not going to take the rejection well. And when I say that, it's not like, you know, it's not like you're going to just flip off on them and just start cursing them out and tell them to go to hell or whatever. But, like, I know for me, I feel a sense of, well, I have to take the high ground maybe, or put on a better front and continue to, like, still be friends with them and show them that there's no hard feelings. When reality is, let's be honest, when you're rejected, there are hard feelings, at least for the moment. Now, should you lash out on somebody with those hard feelings? No. But you're gonna hurt. You're gonna hurt for a while, and you may hurt to the point where you can't stand being around that person. And there's the real trick. That's the real problem with being in love with someone who you consider a friend, is that two things that can go totally wrong for you. You can get rejected and find out that you don't, like, that person doesn't harbor the same feelings. And worse yet, you end up losing a friend, a confidant, someone that you really, really care about in your life, because, and it's not necessarily that they're going to walk away, but you may have to walk away, because, you know, having suffered through that situation a couple of times, have I gotten over it? Yes. Problem is, it did. I can't lie and say that it didn't leave any scars. And, you know, at the same time, it's kind of unhealthy. Like, yeah, you can still maintain friendship with someone that you care about or you fell in love with and they rejected you, but sometimes it's good to take time and breathe. And if you've ever been in a situation where you've been the friend who someone confessed to, realize that if they do the initial flip off thing and tell you leave me alone, or just kind of disappear, you have to respect that, because it's not an easy thing. Love isn't like something that you necessarily can turn on and turn off. This is true love. This isn't like any facsimile of you thinking yourself being in love. If you truly do love someone, you can't just, you know, dial the knob back, at least not quickly. It could be dialed back, but it's gonna be a slow burn sometimes. And, you know, people who are confronted with this from a friend need to realize that, yo, it's not pretty for them. It can be embarrassing. It can be very awkward. It could be earth-shattering, because, you know, a lot of times if you fall for a friend, you build that fear, like, what's going to happen if I say something and they don't want to be with me? Then what? Where do we go? Again, especially if you're on the nice guy side of things, you're going to try to maintain the friendship, but you're going to probably beat yourself up emotionally by doing so, at least immediately afterwards. And it can be very, very uncomfortable for that person because they don't know how you really are feeling or thinking. Some people can kind of be perceptive and know you're putting on that damn brave face and you're trying not to be the quote-unquote villain when honestly, rejection, it's hard to be the villain if it's genuine. And I'd probably do a video on that but at the same time, you can kind of become a villain because your behavior. Sorry, my phone was updating, so that's the noise that you heard. It turning back on because Google is always updating some shit on these Android phones. Anyway, but yeah, it's a tentative moment, awkward tentative moment that people have to recollect themselves, and dynamics have to kind of shift because you may not be the friends that you were before. Like, I can't imagine myself with some of the people who were friends that I ended up like having feelings for and they just didn't work out. Some of them I'm okay with, but it's been years. But others, like especially if it was a immediate thing, I'm not trying to hear about your dates. I'm not trying to console you about things. I'm not trying to give you advice on how to get with the next man. You know what I mean? It's like, let me be quietly angry and over here while you stay over there. And then if I get through my anger and I find out, you know what, I still want to be this person's friend, cool, let it happen. And people, if you're on the other side, if you are that person confessing, don't be brutal and cruel about it. Don't flip off in childish manner. You can express yourselves without calling, her a bitch or him a bitch, however it goes. You don't have to call that person names. You don't have to like be flipping over desk and all that. Just be like, you know what, that's cool, I understand. Just gotta know I gotta like spend some time apart because I need to adjust to this, because it's not gonna always work. Very, very hard. A friend of mine actually said this once during the podcast, which you should watch the His Point Review podcast whenever we do it. Christina, I need you to get yourself together so we can do another podcast. Anyway, yes, I called her out on here. But it's like, I can't maintain a friendship with someone that, I can't be truly happy for if they are in a relationship and they're in love and blah, blah, blah. Because, yeah, sometimes you can't get over that and just gonna want to be that in the position of that person that makes them happy. And on the opposite end, you shouldn't want to be constantly around someone that is hurting and may feel that way, like they're struggling with trying to be there for you and be the friend that you want and need them to be, when deep down they're not comfortable with the idea that it's not them who's in a relationship with me. So it's an ugly business. Friends and love relationships can be very, very fucking brutal. Love is just a bitch. Love is just the worst thing in the world sometimes. It's a beautiful thing when it works out well, but gosh, love be playing games all the time, people. Y'all just, like, I feel for you if you're in that situation, because I, again, been there, done that, probably would be there over and over again, knowing my personality makeup. But yeah, it's a dicey situation, and for those who are able to handle it, kudos to you. Those who can't, I totally understand, because it is a hard thing. It is a very hard thing. Anyway, as always, feel free to hit me up. Let me know what you think, and I'll holler at you later. It's your boy Black Makers, and I'm out. Deuces.